Good morning. We're going to start our meeting. Call the meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, got prayer.
Sure, why not? Please pray with me. Lord, we thank you for this another beautiful day in Seneca County. We ask for the travelers in our county to be cautious and use safety with a lot of farm equipment on the road. As we discussed recently, there's a lot of deer in our county as well. We ask for your guidance as we make decisions for our meeting today. Amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso is absent. Commissioner Frankert.
Here.
Commissioner Bustecker.
Here.
I will accept a motion to approve the digital audio-video recordings of the previous board session from Thursday, October 30th, 2025.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Bustecker.
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes. Okay, we have an appointment today, so we have the Master Gardeners. So Steve, you're going to lead.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, we got.
Well, I was gonna
we got
send Glenn
Glenn.
out to get it. I'll get it.
Okay, well, we're here today, my name is Steve Detillion, I'm the publicity chairperson for the Seneca County Master Gardener Association. I'll be here with Jane Stipe and Susan Nineswander, and we are going to update you on what events we have been doing and take you on into the 2026 part of our program. And these events all relate to us on our continuous mission of educating the citizens of Seneca County in various horticulture topics. And the most recent, a few weeks ago, October 18th, we participated in a Proving Grounds Family Fun Fest. And it really worked out great. This event was at the Seneca County Conservation District land, and it was really oriented mainly to elementary school kids. There was a bunch of activities for them. I think we had 2 scavenger hunts going by 2 different organizations at one time. They had the one person was down by the creek there doing all kinds of horticulture topics about what goes on at the creek. Had his own pet turtle there with him. They gave hay rides and had a lot of animals out there. There's a lot of stations for their parents too, the adults. So it was turned out to be a good day, a good crowd, and it really worked out very well for us. Now, Jane, you can talk next.
No, I am.
Okay, Susan Nineswander will talk about a couple of events too here.
Okay, so December 3rd, we're hosting 2 live wreath making events, and they are all filled. So I left this outside because I didn't know if Pretzi was going to be here. She's allergic to pine.
Oh, she is.
Oh. So they're all filled, but maybe next year. And then in 2026, we're going to have a new member class. And we usually have the class beginning at the end of January, but this year we're going to try starting it, or this coming year, we're going to try starting it in the fall. So it's going to run from the end of October until August. And our course is a hybrid course, and part of the learning is done online and part is done with in-person labs. The cost of the course is $150, plus you have to take an OSU specific background check. They don't accept any other background checks. And the cost includes access to the online course and all the labs, a manual, a t-shirt, a name badge, and Master Gardener perks. The course is 50 hours of education and 50 hours of volunteer. And the in-person lab topics include soil, plant pathology, weeds, therapeutic horticulture, specialty crops and backyard wildlife. Other topics discussed are entomology, plant propagation, integrated pest management, lawns, and so much more. And you can find more information at go.osu.edu/join-SCMGV.
Very good. Wow.
That's
How
okay.
many members do you have right now, roughly?
35, I think, active.
Yeah, good.
Continuing on with next year, we're hosting a spring one-day conference. It's going to be titled Classical Elements. Does anybody know what the classical elements are? Earth, wind, water, and fire. We'll be having an outstanding and professional speaker for each topic. We'll host it at the Allen Iris Center on Saturday, March 21st from 9 to 3. We're going to have box lunches from the Deli Cafe and a light breakfast. It'll be open to master gardeners all over the state and also open to the public. We'll be asking local businesses for donations and if they would like to be a vendor during the conference.
I'm glad you gave us the answers because I was going to dial a friend.
Okay, who is going to go up the new class?
I just did the new class.
Okay, and we've got the, what was the other one? What was the other one? Got the scholarship? You wanna-
Yeah.
Each
I
year,
remember this out.
each year we give at least one $500 scholarship to a student whose home address is in Seneca County. They've gone to either a high school or can be in college. They have to be connected to horticulture. My granddaughter won it a couple years for soil judging or soil management, and we've given as many as 4 at one year. So these programs that we're doing are help funding the scholarship program.
Okay, and then one other event that's coming up here, actually it's only 2 weeks away already. We will be participating in the Christmas Family Fairlight display at the Seneca County Fairgrounds, which of course those proceeds all go to the Seneca County Junior Fair Board. And we'll be in the same location. We're always the last display that people see when they do the drive-through. And this will be starting, like I said, it'll be every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting November 20th and it'll go all the way to December 21st. And the hours are the same as last year. Friday, Saturday will be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays will be 6 to 8 p.m. Really just to touch a little bit on what Jane and Susan were talking about. These are actually, we're expanding with the area here. We've always had our plant sale every year, pretty good. We do a week at the fair, but this is really, we watch the other Master Gardener groups around our area. In fact, all 3 of us actually went to our state convention this year, which was at Wooster, Ohio. That was also second week of October. And a really nice place over there. We got to see a lot of nice.
It was at Seacrest Arboretum. Everybody should go
Yeah.
visit. Yeah.
We've got, I know my wife and I, we've got to see about 4 botanical gardens this year alone. And this was really a nice one over there. But we'd like to come up here to give you these events because we're expanding with the public, and that's as our group gets a little bit better. We're getting a little more and more people coming in that they're really ready to fly. And we always advertise you don't have to know anything about gardening to be a master gardener, but realistically, a lot of these people that this takes a lot of time, and they just haven't joined Master Gardeners or a club like it. Just because if you're working full time, got kids and grandkids, it's really hard to find time. But they're really improving our group instantly because they've been doing all this stuff probably since they were a little kid, and so now it's really working out great for a lot of those people. So I think our group as a whole is getting more and more educated, and so we're expanding more and more into the public.
Great.
And so these were 2 good examples: the wreath making, and that's going to be a very big event there. That's going to be an all-day thing coming up in March. We don't want to elaborate too much on it yet, but we do. I think everything is pretty well concrete.
It is.
And so we didn't, Charlie.
Who are the speakers at this extravaganza next year?
Oh my gosh. Matt Gooding.
Aaron Wilson.
Aaron Wilson. John Blakman. And Mark
Langdon.
Langen.
Now, these are pretty prestigious names if you follow horticulture in the area, and we wasn't going to say that. We just actually got the one 100% confirmed yesterday, I think it was. But they're busy. They're hard to get a hold of. So we had to put this. We've been talking about this thing for all year, and so we are finally going to pull it off, and it'll be an all-day thing. There'll be vendors there with food.
And people from all over the state will be attending.
Yeah.
You'll come back in February and kind of give us the whole plan?
Yeah, and I've been,
Talk about it so that-
and I've been downtown to get information to put in the folders for Tiffin. We have the
The flea market
The flea
cards.
market cards in there. We're gonna get the new events for 2026 to give to people.
And
Going out.
the plan was, of course, our wreath making event is big. It's very big, but we over advertised it, and now next year we may have to expand on that. We may have to have 2 or 3 of them because they filled up real quick. And it is a good
We're already
workshop.
doing two.
These two have been doing it long time. They've been going to other areas, wreath making, and we got other members that have been doing it too. They'll get some really good instruction if they come to our wreath making class. So, I'd like to thank you guys for letting us come up here. We always appreciate it. And
Well, we
thank-
appreciate you guys doing our landscape here and
Landscaping,
stuff.
it looks
and that.
wonderful out
Yeah,
there.
that was the first year thing. We think it went pretty good. There was a couple things there, communication and everything. And then, of course, John retired. He was all set to take over. And then and of course, to make things more complicated, probably a bigger drought and lack of rain. That doesn't help some of those plants. The hostas, like I said, my wife and I have seen 4 different botanical gardens this year. Everybody's hostas took a beating. Even you could water them to death, and I don't think that would still solve all the problems with hostas. They just don't like this hot weather. We have the same problem out at the fairground. We got about 5 different species of hostas out there, and some of them get tree protection. And a couple of them are just sitting right out there, they don't have a chance. I think we're even looking into moving them. Every year, it's just brown hostas. They're supposed to be green.
Right?
And they get big, they get really big if you,
Take the
with the
paint
proper
off.
care.
Well, you
Yeah.
find when you garden, you can irrigate it, but it's just not the same as when you get a rain.
Oh, no, you can't beat a
Makes
natural.
big difference on that.
Yeah. But we got stuff blooming now that's not supposed to be blooming. All of a sudden, we get gusts
got
of rain
rain
and the hot weather, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
A plant, if you don't dictate to a plant what to do, it's gonna reproduce. It'll go into seed, and that's, this is a very complicated area, probably one of the most complicated, at least in the United States, to do outdoor gardening and flower bedding, because you get every different kind of weather you can think of, and within a matter
In
of...
one day.
It is.
Yeah, Give 5 minutes of a change.
Yeah. So, well, thank you
Well, thank
very
you for
much.
coming in and updating, yes,
thank you
yes,
very
look
much.
forward to all your stuff you got coming up, so yes.
I will say that I did go to the proving ground when you guys had the, out at the proving ground in October. My husband and I went, and that was, there were quite a few people out there.
Yeah.
They looked like everyone was having a pretty good time. We did some walking at the proving ground just to do some trails and stuff, but it was very nicely done.
It is, it was
Well, we
really
had
nice.
80 scavenger hunt papers that ran out.
They were gone.
Yeah, they ran out.
How did the plant sale do earlier in the year?
Not
'Cause
good.
Friday, the first day took us down pretty good. In fact, all our stuff blew away the first
Yeah.
Oh,
Friday.
yeah, 'cause all
Got
of the
blue, we
wind.
had trucks parked in front of us, and people had to go around the trucks to get to it.
Because we had come out and got a couple things made, have
Yeah,
done very
Saturday,
well.
the Sunday part went much better than the Saturday, but we got it going Saturday, but the first Saturday morning was kind of helter-skelter. Sure.
I think that's when we were there, is after you guys were probably frustrated.
We were-
We got a lot of participation.
It
We
was
get
bad.
just about our whole group.
That's a good term.
Really comes out and participates in that. So that's what all these big events take, the whole group that get in it, so
We've
that's...
never had the tent fly away before. That's the first time the tent.
It just hit it just right.
Well, that would make sense. Frustration.
I'll never forget the look on Jane's face. What happened?
Very good, well, you guys can hang out, or you can go, whatever your schedule allows, so, yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, all right.
Thank you again.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, we'll move into commission reports.
I'm good, mine's relatively short. We had IT committee meeting last Friday. We kind of went pretty deep into the policy that we're trying to get put together to bring to board for approval. Still a number of things we need to get cleaned up. Everybody had some good insight. Hopefully we'll get that done, and maybe as soon as the next meeting, I don't know, we'll have to see if everybody agrees upon it, so we can get that done. Budget commission on Tuesday. Some other things going on. The Seneca County Veteran Service Veteran of the Year events this evening. Let's see, Honor Bus was last Friday. And then they came back Sunday, did not make it to Sunday night, but got to be there for a few minutes on Friday morning, this afternoon or lunchtime. Heritage Ohio has a review for the progress we've made for downtown development. That probably brings us up to date.
Good, very good. So Tuesday, spent all day working the Board of Elections in Seneca Township, my wife and I, so we've done, worked the Board of Elections for a number of years, and so we're kind of the floater, so it's kind of wherever they need help at. We've been to NCOES, we've been to the Green Springs VFW, and this time we were, down at Cutchinsville, so. Right, one of the good things about Miss Cutchinsville is the church next door has lunch and a supper, election day.
Nice.
So we ate really well down there. So that's when you work elections, that's the first thing I figured out was who's bringing food, and what the food thing is. So right, so but no, we really enjoyed it. So it's nice to kind of get out, all over the county doing that and stuff on it. So they were kind of short down there. They were about 3 short, so that's how we end up down there working polls and stuff there and it was a good day. Had to, for a kind of an off-year election, had a pretty decent, I'd say 25-ish%, probably turnout and stuff down there.
And how many locations do they have now?
They're down to 21 locations, I believe. So so they kind of shrunk them down, started at 30, and now they brought it down just to kind of efficient size and with the fortunate enough, our sheriff's department helps put the machines around, and sometimes they get lean on help. So it's just a matter of trying to kind of consolidate the locations and stuff on it, so that way the kind of efficiency and kind of save on some overhead stuff with it too. So they did a nice job with that. So then working on budgets with Barb, her and I went out and visited the sheriff yesterday and stuff. Had a good meeting there.
Oh,
So
good.
yep, very good. And so I think we're working real good on getting the budget kind of
so.
finalized. And
I hope so.
yeah,
I mean, I think we're headed in the right direction there.
Yep.
So.
So things are moving along good with that. So bring us up to today and over to the county administrator report.
I was just gonna bring up that we had that meeting with the sheriff to go over his budget. Again, that meeting went well. We had some other conversations on a few other things, that we're working on as well. Attended the EMS staff meeting on Monday or Tuesday, can't remember what day it was now. Things are going well out there right now, so, we're working towards, keeping everything going the way it's supposed to out there. I did have a meeting with Clemens Nelson. I'm working on reviewing the county policy manual. So hopefully, maybe by the end of the year, we might have an updated policy manual with some changes, some things that's happened by law that have to be changed, and some things that I just would like to have clarification in the policy manual. So I will be reviewing that further, and then we'll be talking with each of you individually on the changes, and so that we can maybe get that approved by the end of the year, so that we have nothing major really in it, just a few changes by law that have to be put in, and some changes with FMLA and things like that. So we're just working on, Andrea and I are working on that, so we're kind of getting through that. I did receive the letter from GLCAP, the support letter for the mobility management program. So I do have that.
I did send a letter in for them.
Did you do it for all? Or do we all?
I did. I didn't know if we were supposed to do it that way. I thought it was just individually,
yeah,
so I
support
did
that.
do it.
Okay.
So, okay,
myself.
well, I have one for
Okay.
for all the commissioners,
Okay.
so if you want to
Yeah,
sign off
we'll
on
sign
that
up,
as
yeah.
well, so.
I must have understood how
No,
that
that's
was
okay,
done.
that's okay. And then I have a couple other announcements. Soil and Water, the Conservation District has sent me a flyer for celebrating soil health that will take place on Friday the 14th from 11 to 2 at the parking lot of the Seneca Conservation District. I'm not exactly sure, just learning about soil health, and they also have a ballot for the Board of Supervisors election out there. So just a flyer for that. So just thought I would bring that to your attention. I'll put it on the bulletin board out front. Also that the CERT building is complete at the fairgrounds. That on November 24th at 5 p.m. that they will be having a ribbon cutting and an open house. That's just kind of all the things I have, I think.
And just going back to policy a little
Yeah.
bit. when was the last time it was actually?
2017
Okay, I
was the
thought
last
18
time.
-ish, so, okay, so
17,
it's-
18, so we've been quite a few years since
Time
we've
to
had a
pull it
new
out,
policy.
the dust off.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
pretty much know the policy manual, but then, you know, when Clemens Nelson says, hey, this needs to be updated,
Right.
we tend to do like an amendment instead of doing the whole policy manual, but every few years it should be a complete process of reviewing it and then going, you know, back to you guys to approve it for the county.
Yeah, because
So-
things change, it might fall through the cracks.
Correct.
It's good that we have
Correct.
for Clemens Nelson
And
to
then-
keep us.
Right, and some of it is clarification too, because
Yep.
we do get a lot of those questions of, you know, we don't know exactly, the wording is attorney speak, I guess, is how I think of it, that, you know, you can interpret it one of two ways, and I really want clarification so that everybody's aware of the same thing, that there's not a different answer from a different party.
I think that's some of the stuff in the IT meeting we had too, that Julie brought up about some clarification that needed to be added
Yeah.
to it as well, just you start getting into the acronyms of things.
Right.
It's a good point to have
Yeah.
that in, and we did not have that in there.
Yeah,
Good.
so.
Yep. Okay, any old business? Okay, we'll move right into supplemental appropriations.
I have a few. General fund, I have contract services for $5,000. This is additional money needed for a consultant that we have hired to help out with with EMS. And then I have for recorder equipment fund, salaries in the amount of $9,742.38. Also from that same fund, Medicare for $141.26. Workers' compensation for $194.85, and OPERS for $1,363.93. This is to get the recorder's office through the rest of the year for his salaries. And then the general special projects fund, equipment in the amount of $10,000. This is for a new projector for Common Police 2 courtroom. And then the ambulance service fund, salaries of $206,000. Their Medicare line of $2,987, and their OPERS in the amount of $28,840. Again, this is to get them through to the rest of the year. And then for Victims of Crime Act fund, their supply line of $2,800. This is a new grant year. They run on a federal fiscal year, so they need to get the appropriations in place for that. And then also from the Victim of Crime Act, other expense, $2,986.80. This is a return, we have to return some unused grant funding to the state. I think I'm gonna reach out and see if there was something that could have been done. So I don't like to return grant money. It's,
Right.
so maybe we can see if there is something that we can maybe be a little bit more proactive, and if there's, you know, equipment or something that needs to be, or something there. And then the last one I have is Housing Revolving Loan Fund for private rehab in the amount of $28,571. This is for a CHIP rehab that was completed in Fostoria. And before you ask, CHIP stands for County Housing Impact and Preservation. So it's just a program that the state allows us to do to help people get repairs done to their homes.
Any questions? You're pretty good at explaining it.
Right.
That's my job.
I'll make the motion to approve the supplemental appropriations.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Okay, move on to resolutions.
Resolutions.
Resolution authorizing the submission to the Ohio Department of Transportation for the Airport Master Plan Project.
Okay, so move.
Second.
I'll just give you a little bit of information. We are going to submit to the Department of Transportation in the amount of $20,072 for this project.
Roll call.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a contract service agreement with Wyandotte County Board of Commissioners for the receipt, custody, and care of Wyandotte County juveniles on behalf of the Seneca County Youth Center for 2026.
Make the motion.
I'll second. So we kind of work with them on.
Yep, we do. We do housing for them and custody and care. And we do this every year. I think it's just something that is easy transportation-wise between the two counties, so.
Roll call.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing payment for finance charge on a Walmart credit card account for Job and Family Services.
So move.
I'll second.
The amount currently is $14.79. They did reach out to request that the finance charge be removed. The representative put it into their system, but it was declined. So they did work with them. I think what happened was the payment just crossed before the or after the billing cycle had ended, so. Did we do roll call on that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
A resolution setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for HVAC improvements for the Seneca County Museum at 28 Clay Street, Tiffin, Ohio.
I'll make the motion.
Now second.
This will be held on November 20th here at the Commissioner's office at 10 a.m.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Last one I have is resolution appointing Crystal Smith as a county prevention specialist to the Northwest Ohio Regional Prevention Council.
So move.
Second.
This will just be her being appointed for the remaining term of Jamie Hill's term, and this will be terminating on January 15th of 2027.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
That is all I have, gentlemen.
Good. Anything else, Brett?
I don't think so.
Okay. Public comment. Okay, seeing none, we'll see everybody next Thursday at 10 a.m. Yeah. Meeting adjourned.